disfruta. They can't, they won't, they never will stop the party. They can't, they won't, they never will stop the party. I say y'all having a good time out there. Yeah, like Slinky. And now I'm doing shows in Helsinki. I know what y'all thinking that you can outthink me, but you can't, frankly. I'm out for the Benjis, Frankies. Just cause you ain't me, don't hate me. As a matter of fact, you should thank me, even if you don't. You're welcome, Yankees. Zigga, 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 zow. Who got the keys to the world now? Yours truly. Blah, 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 blah. They can't, they won't, they never will stop the party. Good time out there. Que no pare la fiesta, don't stop the party. Que no pare la fiesta, don't stop the party. I'ma give it to you, now give it to me, I'ma give it to you, now give it to me, I'ma give it to you, now give it to me, get funky. Now stop. I say y'all having a good time out there. Que no pare la fiesta, don't stop the party. Que no pare la fiesta, don't stop the party. To the money makers in the place to be. Que no pare la fiesta, don't stop the party.
Stand by, folks. We'll be starting shortly.
Are we all strangers? Does anyone really care? Deep down we're all the same. Trying to hide our pain. You think you can never trust another, 'cause they're all less than each other. We have to live in this world together. Open up our heart. Love can finally start. Come on and try. Now's the time, 'cause you're free to do what you want to do. You got to live in your life. Do what you want to do. 'Cause you're free to do what you want to do. You got to live in your life. Do what you want to do. When you're down and you're feeling bad, everybody has left you sad. Feels like no one will pull you through. It's your life, what you gonna do? Make that change, let's start today. Get out of bed, get on your way. Don't be scared, your dream's right there. You want it, reach for it. You're free to do what you want to do. You got to live in your life. Do what you want to do. You're free. What you gonna do when it's all over for you? You got to live in your life. You're gonna look back and think about the things you shoulda, coulda, maybe what you woulda done. You're free.
Stand by, folks. We're letting some late ticket holders in.
Moving, time to break. Moving, time to break. Moving on up. Moving on up. Time to break. Moving on up. Moving on up. Time to break. Moving on up. Stop acting. Moving. Stop acting. You're moving on up. Stop acting. Moving. Time to break. You're moving on up. Stop acting. Moving. Stop acting. You're moving on up. Stop acting. Moving. Time to break. You're moving on up. Stop acting. Moving. Stop acting. You're moving on up. Stop acting. Moving. Time to break. You're moving on up. Stop acting. Moving. Stop acting. You're moving on up. Stop acting. Moving. Time to break. You're moving on acting live. Take it like a man. Your time is moving on acting live. Take it like a man. That's moving on acting live. Take it like a man. Your time is moving on acting live. Take it like a man. You done me wrong. Your time is up. You took a sip from a devil's cup. You broke my heart. There's no way back. Move right out of here, baby. Go on, pack your bags. Just who do you think you are? Stop acting like some kind of star. Just who do you think you are? Take it like a man, baby, if that's what you are. 'Cause I'm moving on up. You're moving on out. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. Moving on acting like. Moving like a man. Moving on acting like. Moving like a man. Moving on up. You're moving on up, the act moving. Time to break. You're moving on up, the act moving.
Schneps Media, partnering with AM New York Metro, is proud to present the Salute to Labor Awards. This virtual event will celebrate the work of executives and others who play a prominent role in the labor field, including those who promote diversity, labor's rising stars, and the organizations that support labor. This groundbreaking virtual gala, presented by NSPC, is ushering in a new era of networking and relationship building.
Hi, I'm Scarlett Lavin, and I'm going to be singing the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch, where so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting, and air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? And the home of the brave. Thank you.
Welcome. I'm Victoria Schneps, the president and co-publisher of Schneps Media, serving you from Manhattan to Montauk with our latest acquisition of Dance Papers. But if it's in print, if it's online, if it's digital, if it's events, if it's broadcasting, it's Schneps Media. And today I am so proud to be able to have NSPC as our actual leaders of the parade, and they are our sponsors. But we are saluting labor. And the leaders came out to salute the labor leaders are our wonderful State Senator Diane Savino, the very powerful Donovan Richards, who's running for Borough President of Queens, and the head of the Democratic Party of Brooklyn, Rodney Bichette. So we are so pleased to be able to bring this event to you virtually. I know you're going to have a great time with the trivia contest and maybe win a fabulous trip to Cancun. So welcome and enjoy our virtual salute to labor. Thank you.
New has impacted my life immensely. I was always told, you're too short, you're too skinny, you're too weak, you can't do it. You don't feel that here. You feel strong.
When you leave here and you graduate, you know you can do it. Like, they definitely put you in a position to get into the trades.
This is a viable career opportunity, something that you can do and raise your family with, and something that's really enjoyable and fulfilling to do.
This career has changed my life dramatically, not just for myself, but for my 2 sons as well.
The security of starting a career and not just a job means a whole lot to me and to my family.
Union apprenticeship is the start of a new path for me. It's stability, it's equality, and it's solidarity.
No matter where I go, I know I'm representing new.
Every single contractor that hires our women hires more.
Seeing your wages increase, your benefits, your pension, your annuity, all of those things have changed my life in a drastic way. And the union provides all of that.
New really fights for you. They make sure you are really well trained.
If it wasn't for New, I wouldn't be where I am.
If it weren't for them, women wouldn't be breaking barriers that they are breaking today.
We truly, truly transformed the lives of our women.
Where do you turn for the best brain and spine care? Long Island's largest independent practice for cutting-edge neurosurgery. Leaders in minimally invasive techniques for over 60 years. Direct access to world-class physicians. Advanced treatment, unrivaled compassion. Achieving results like nowhere else. NSPC Brain and Spine Surgery. Advanced treatment starts here.
I want to thank Vicki Schneps and Schneps Media for having me again as the MC of the labor event. I'm so happy to be here and so proud. It's a little bit different this year. We're going to have a different format. Everyone's going to come up and they're going to accept their award. We're not having our big usual event where we're all sitting around. We're able to, socialize. We have to social distance now. But today is, I think, even more important because of all of the representatives who represent essential workers who have helped keep us going during this pandemic. So I'm so proud to stand here today to recognize our labor honorees and present awards to people, some of whom are my lifelong friends and people I've worked with for decades in this labor movement. And our first honoree is a person that I have not only known for 25 years, but I served with. We were vice presidents together in the same union. She is the executive vice president of the Social Service Employees Union, Local 371 of District Council 37, AFSCME, and that is Yolanda Pumarejo. Come on down.
Good day, everyone. Oh, excuse me. As Diane mentioned, I am the Executive Vice President with the Social Service Employees Union Local 371. We represent over 20,000 social service professionals in New York City. I would like to thank our President, Anthony Wells, the officers, the staff, and the 22,000 members that we represent. I would be remiss if I didn't honor the legacy and remember the amazing labor leader that brought me to this wonderful, wonderful movement, Charles Ensley. Again, to my friend Diane Savino, State Senator Diane Savino, thank you so much.
Our next honoree is Dr. Michael Brisman. He's the CEO of Neurological Surgery out on Long Island. He's a big supporter of labor, and that's why he is one of labor's honorees this year. Congratulations, Dr. Brisman.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, people.
Thank you very much. This is a very important cause, and labor makes the world go round, so I'm glad we could participate in this year. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Debbie Wright. She is the former president and the current political director of the UAW. She represents lawyers and legal aid and the auto industry, and the UAW represents workers all across our environment, and they're wonderful workers, and so proud to be with her here today. I've done some great work with her, and we're going to do some great work together in the upcoming legislative session. Congratulations to Debbie Wright. Come on down.
So I am Debbie Wright. I am the political director for United Auto Workers Region 9A. We have over 30,000 members in industries all across, not just auto, that we proudly represent. I came on staff to the UAW last year, and as the senator said, we first became friends when I was president of UAW Local 2325, the Association of Legal Aid Attorneys. We did a lot of great work in funding issues and also progressive legislation that have helped New Yorkers all across the state, and very proud of that, and very proud to continue working with the senator on really great issues this year. Thank you so much. This was a big surprise to me, but I really appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Pat Giudice. He is the business manager of the IBEW Local 1049, representing 4,100 private sector workers out on Long Island. These are the guys who just a couple weeks ago were working their tail off to get everybody's lights back on after the hurricane. They are the hardest working people these days, and we know the hurricane season's coming. They're going to be working even harder. Congratulations to Pat on behalf of Schneps Media in our Salute to Labor Awards. Congratulations.
What a world, what a life, I'm in love. I got a song that I sing, I can make the rain go.
Thank you, Senator. Let me tell you, I'm really happy to be here today and to be standing with a great labor leader in Albany. Really appreciate this.
Thank you. Here, I'll hold this.
Thank you, Senator. I just have a couple of quick words I just want to share with everyone. I want to thank Schneps Media for putting this event together. It's so important to recognize people that are doing the right thing with labor in New York. I also want to congratulate the other deserving leaders in the labor community and the hard work that everybody puts in to serve the working people in New York. As business manager of Local Union 1049 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, I have a distinguished responsibility to represent one of the largest private sector unions on Long Island with over 4,100 members. Our members are the hardworking people that work at National Grid and PSEG. They power our homes and our businesses with natural gas and electricity, and many times called upon to respond to emergencies and storm conditions. They're out there. They're doing all the work that needs to get done to make sure that comfort and safety is in the homes of our Long Island neighbors. They know that standing together, shoulder to shoulder, they answer the call to action, and they make a difference in our neighbors' lives. I'm proud of each and every one of our members for their service and dedication to the Long Island community. They are the fathers and mothers out there. They're volunteer firefighters. They're soccer coaches. They're also the volunteers for nonprofit organizations like United Way, where together they're helping to collect and donate essential items for the elderly that are impacted by COVID-19. I've been with Local 1049 for over 39 years. Yeah, it's been a while. I know I don't look it, but... So you could say I've spent most of my professional career helping to improve the lives of working families. But, ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you again for this honor. Have a good day.
Our next honoree is someone I've known for a very long time also. We have marched together, we have organized together, we have agitated together, we've had a lot of good times together in the labor movement, trying to help improve communities, and that is my good friend, an organizer, and the head of apprenticeship at Local 79, Anthony Williamson. Come on down. Congratulations.
First of all, thank you very much, State Senator Diana Savino. It's such a great opportunity to stand in next to you. You've always been the fighter and an advocate for organized labor. And we are proud to have you here, and I'm honored to be standing alongside you. First of all, I must congratulate the honorees. I think every one of us here have deserved it. We are going through rough times, and that is why we are here, because people have recognized our efforts. Just one correction in my introduction. I'm an organizer, not in charge of the apprenticeship program, but I fight to ensure that young people and everybody get the opportunity that I'm having here today. And I just want to say a few words, on behalf of the 10,000 members of Laborers Local 79. If it wasn't for you, my brothers and sisters standing in the street and in the trenches fighting every day, I would not have been standing here. Your efforts, this award is for you. I'm just the recipient of this award. And also the Laborers International Union of North America, that represents over 500,000 people across the United States and Canada. It's an honor to be part of something greater than myself. But it's important as we face this challenge and we go 50 days from today to elect perhaps in the most historic election in the history of this country, that we educate our members and let them do the right thing. That is going to be best for them and best for the future. That we continue to fight to ensure that we put a roof over their heads, send our kids to college, got a pension when we retire, and have health care. These are the fundamental values that we fight for every day as members of the labor movement. I want to thank everyone who have recognized my effort. I want to thank our members again of Laborers Local 79 and the 100 Black construction workers as we continue to fight for social and economic justice. Brothers and sisters, organizers, thank you all. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Our next honoree, everyone, is Wayne Joseph. He is the president of the Bridge and Tunnels Benevolent Association. It is a union of almost 500 members who work in the MTA Bridges and Tunnels Division, keeping us safe at the bridges and tunnels, laboring every day. He is in his third term at that union. Congratulations, Wayne Joseph. Come on down. Congratulations. Yeah. Let me hold that while you speak.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to thank Schneps Media and the sponsors and Diane and all of the legislative representatives that came out today to honor champions of labor. And again, putting together an event like this in such a trying time is something that's greatly appreciated by myself, and I'm sure the rest of the honorees do. I'd like to also congratulate all of the honorees as well, and wish them luck in their ventures, taking up the fights and the plights of their members and of their communities. I would first like to thank my membership for keeping me in this position. I was just nominated again, ran unopposed for 3 out of the four terms as of last week. So I want to thank my membership, because without them I would be nobody, I wouldn't be here. I'd also like to thank my family. Without them, obviously, and the countless hours of time that I spend doing this job and not being home and not being able to attend family functions, and their understanding. So for me, that's the biggest thanks that needs to be put out there is to my family. But in these days and times that we have right now, where nobody's certain about what's going to happen going forward, I think that events like this and the camaraderie that everyone shows, it means a lot, because it shows that we can come back from this pandemic. We will be strong again. We all just have to endure. So I want to thank Schneps, and I want to thank the sponsors, and I want to thank Diane and all the rest of the legislature that are here, all the representatives that are here supporting labor. because without anybody supporting labor, labor would be nothing. It would be a dead movement. We need to all come together as one. We need to all fight as one, and we need to all move forward as one. So with that being said, I just want to give, my thanks to Schneps for honoring me. I want to congratulate all the other honorees, and I definitely want to give a big thanks to everyone in this room that came out, that took the time to come out during this pandemic and celebrate each one of the honorees that are here tonight. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Stuart Weinberg. He is the president of Local 20, which is the Cement and Concrete Workers Union of LiUNA International. They are the only cement and concrete union in the United States, and they can lay that concrete down in 2 days flat. They build it strong right here in New York. Congratulations, Stuart.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is. I just want to say thank you.
Sure, how about that? Yeah, I'd like to say thank you to all the laborers from Local 20, all the men, the women. It's not just Local 20, it's 18A and 6A. We make up the concrete workers of New York City. I've been doing this for 39 years, and I got to be honest, I never expected to win an award, but this is very nice, and I just want to thank everybody for nominating me and letting me come here today and represent my local. Thank you very much.
Our next honoree is a young woman who comes from a place that is near and dear to my heart. Erica Vargas. She is Assistant Political Director of District Council 37 of AFSCME, a place that I called home for a very long time, and I am still a card-carrying member of DC 37, the largest civilian union in the state of New York. DC 37 represents people from accountants to zookeepers, and we're only able to do that and do that well because of the strength of our political department, and Erica helps make it happen every day. Congratulations to Erica Vargas. Come on down.
This girl is on fire.
Hi, everyone, and Diane, thank you so much. Diane, I think you saw me when I was just starting off at DC 37. It's been that long. Being at the union for over 19 years has been amazing to me. I've learned so much, had a lot of growth, still continue to grow. Having folks like Senator Diane Savino by your side, who continues to fight and knows the struggle of our membership, who represent municipal, city workers, and are still on the fight even during these tough times. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be on the table that will be difficult in the upcoming months and possibly years. But I am proud to be a DC 37 staffer fighting for members who no one knew they were essential workers at this point, right? Who continue to work relentlessly to serve the city. And I am honored that Schneps Media has, honored me today for this award. And I am truly happy to be here and to continue the fight. There's a lot of things that need to be done, and I'm so proud to be part of that fight along with our members who I dearly care for, and I just love to help others in that sense because I know what it truly means to be a union member. Thank you so much, Senator Diane Savino and Schneps, for honoring me today.
Our next honoree, following up on the theme of District Council 37 members and healthcare, is Mike Greco, who is the Executive Vice President of Local 2507, which is EMTs and paramedics. Another group of workers who rose to the challenge in a way that none of us could ever have imagined, answering the calls of the sick and the dying during this COVID crisis. And now, as we are just starting to come out of it, their membership is facing the potential of layoffs, if you could possibly imagine. This is how this city is trying to thank the very people who answered the call day after day, ambulance call after ambulance call. And we know that in that fight against those layoffs is going to be Mike Greco and his union, Local 2507. Congratulations as a Labor Leader of the Year award. Come on down.
Thank you very much. I think you're trying to get me a little amped up. I don't want to get myself too angry with the layoffs that we're facing. But this Salute to Labor is a perfect title. During this whole pandemic, it was labor who got the world through it. We just had the representative from Elmhurst. I responded in Queens for years, and they lost a wonderful nurse, Edwin. I worked with him for years, and the amount of people who have died in the labor community from COVID-19 is just unfortunate. So to now be facing 22,000 layoffs, 400 from our members, it is a slap in the face. Labor is what got this city through. Labor is what got this country through. Labor is what's going to fix and repair everything that's wrong. When the height of the pandemic, the millionaires, they were in their homes. They were easily quarantined. The essential workers are the ones that had to go to work, not only because they needed the paycheck, but because they needed this city to run. So I really want to thank you, Diane, because of your work that you've done with us in labor. I want to thank all of our supporters, Sheps, everybody. Thank you for this amazing honor. And the fight is not over. It will not be over. And we need the support from everybody out there to keep it up. Thank you.
Now, our next honoree is another example of, what happens in labor. Sometimes we wear a lot of hats. We take on a lot of responsibilities because the commitment to working men and women is so important. And inside the labor movement, we have what they call constituency groups. And there's a couple of big ones, but one of the largest ones in the AFL-CIO is called the Coalition of Black Trade Unionists, or CBTU. And it's not just black trade unionists that belong to CBTU. I've been a member for 20-some-odd years, my damn self. Our next honoree, Charles Jenkins, is the current president of CBTU. And he is also a member and a representative of the Transport Workers Union. During this pandemic, no group of workers has suffered more deaths and more losses due to COVID than TWU. On the ground, in the buses, in the subways, no group. And that's not to diminish the contributions of any other group. But these essential workers every day kept this city running, making sure those of us who had to get to work were able to get to work, putting their own lives at risk. And most of those workers, by and large, were people of color, black and brown, members of CBTU. So it is really important that we recognize your contribution, Charles Jenkins, as not just a member of TWU, but also the president of the Coalition of Black Trade Unionists. Congratulations.
Living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot.
Good afternoon. Oh, I see a lot of people in the house here. Good afternoon. This is a celebration of labor brought by this here wonderful, wonderful media organization. And I just want to thank the organization so much for the salute to labor, for the honor to labor in these times. A year that was supposed to be perfect vision, 2020. It represents perfection. It represents perfect vision. But 3 years into 2020, it's been nothing but a train wreck. But I want to talk to you about this salute to labor. I want to talk to you about essential workers. Those essential workers, like the men and women that move New York, better known as TW Local 100 transit workers, they never stop working. They didn't work from home, they worked on the ground. And they continued to move New York, just like so many other of our healthcare workers and our firefighters and our police. And now, across every one of our industries, there's threats of layoffs. Well, I'm going to tell you now, we in labor, we're going to stand together, and whether it's the mayor or the governor, we're going to simply tell them, hands off essential workers. Know that when we're unified, we win. When we're unified, we win. I challenge each and every one of you over the next 51 days. Let's register as many people as we can to vote. Let's send the message out that your vote does matter, that your vote does count, that we do have a voice and a say in what's going to define workers all over this here country. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless.
It is an honor to be here celebrating so many of you in labor, especially the ladies, because the ladies actually really run things. If you want something run right, you have women lead. And I know that. I want to thank Tanya and Schneps Communications for doing this event. I don't think I have to tell you about the trying times we're in and how COVID has literally just ripped the sheet off of all of the inequalities that we all know were prevalent and that historically have existed in many parts of this city and this country specifically. And I have to talk about Black and brown communities who are most impacted by this crisis. But this is why ensuring that worker standards and that we have labor unions in place who can make sure that even during a time when we know that our workforces are going to be targeted, that there are going to be those who point to the lack of federal aid, and we do need that, and state aid and other things. We do need those things. But at the end of the day, we have to preserve these jobs if we're talking about ensuring that we have a more equitable society. So that's really what most of you do day in and day out. I see Erica Vargas here from DC 37 who does this work day in and day out. We have to make sure that we are working to preserve these jobs, that we are standing neck and neck and side by side with our partners in labor to ensure that our workforce is protected during this time. I don't have to tell you about the blight we're starting to see in many corners of this city. I don't have to tell you about the quality of life. This is what you get when you start to cut back on good jobs and good union jobs, specifically just as we saw in the Department of Sanitation. So we have a lot of work to make sure that we preserve this city. And the only way to do that is to make sure we're standing with working folks. The working people of this city are the people who run this city. The working folks of this city are the ones who had to still go into work, who ran into harm's way, who were at our hospitals to ensure that they could take care of us even as our community suffered. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I think I'm now going to bring up my sister, Assembly Member Latrice Walker, to say some words. But I also just want to, just in ending, say that we all have to stand together and stand firm. And it doesn't matter what your geography is, whether it's Queens or Brooklyn or Staten Island, wherever you're at, our communities are going to have to be united every step of the way to get past this pandemic, but most importantly, to fix the inequities that have long existed even as this thing passes. So God bless you.
This is an amazing amazing break to a very trivial time in America. And so any opportunity that we get to celebrate one another, to love on one another, and to just say, hey, I haven't seen you in 6 months or since March, and it's good to see you. So let me start by saying that it is very, very good to see everyone and to recognize all of the hard work that everyone has put into 2020. One of the things, of course, we've heard Donovan mention is the fact that we have all been undergoing a serious pandemic within our communities and within our societies. And so many of you know what that struggle is, whether or not you represent the labor community, who is the backbone of this city, or you represent media and communications, who keeps the communities informed, or whether you are sister and brother colleagues in government. We all play a vital role in the body politic of America. And we have an opportunity right now in our civic engagement where everybody can participate in. So it's hard for me to speak about the pandemic and COVID-19 and the inequities and the injustices that we've seen where communities of colors were ravaged by this pandemic without talking about how important it is for us to make sure that all of the resources within our communities receive and reach the neighborhoods that need them the most. So of course, on September 30th is the last day for us to complete our census here in New York and in the country. And our numbers are vitally low. So we need a serious injection of support from so many different levels of our community to say to people that if we don't get the resources that we need, the lack of hospital beds, the lack of books and tablets to work with our children during this pandemic will be lost. And not just for 2020, but for the next 10 years. So I just wanted to lend my voice and to congratulate all of the honorees, but to also do a commercial moment for all of the important work that each and every one of us have to do today. So I am Assemblymember Latrice Walker. I proudly represent the neighborhoods of Brownsville, East New York, Crown Heights, Bed-Stuy, and East Flatbush in Brooklyn. And please continue to lift up our communities as we look forward to things to come in our next couple of months. So God bless you and congratulations again.
Hello, I'm Congressman Gregory Meeks, and it is my honor to represent the people of Southeastern Queens and the 5th Congressional District and to serve our entire borough as chair of the Queens Democratic Party. You know, reliable journalism is essential to connecting our community and keeping us informed. And I am so grateful to the team at Queens Courier and Schneps Media for providing us that vital information and keeping our communities informed. And you know, it's also fitting that we salute our friends in labor tonight, as working people are the backbone of Queens and the key drivers of our economy. They're the ones who showed up when the pandemic forced our city to shut down, and we counted on the truck drivers, the grocery store workers, the bus operators, the nurses, the doctors, and so many more to keep us going. And we're honoring tonight many wonderful leaders. And I particularly want to shout out my friend and president of ATU, Mark Henry, and Lucia Gomez from the Central Labor Council.
Our next honoree is a young man named Alexi Shalom. He is an organizer with the UAW Local 2325. He's with the Legal Aid Division. You know, as Debbie Wright said earlier, the UAW represents workers across multiple industries now, as they've gone out there seeking to organize workers in areas that had previously not had representation. Because a worker with no union does not stand a chance in this world anymore. And the only way we're going to be able to represent workers and get them a fair shake at the bargaining table is for unions to go out there and start to organize those who were traditionally not within their field of expertise. That's what the UAW has been doing for years, going from the auto industry to representing attorneys to representing college professors and moving on, and that's what Alexi does. So congratulations to you. You are one of the honorees this year in the Salute to Labor 2020. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Senator. I'll keep it short. My name is Alexi Shalom. I'm an organizer for the Association of Legal Aid Attorneys, UAW Local 2325. We're proud to say that in the last few years, while they've said that labor is on the decline, we have not only increased our membership, but we have doubled our membership. Organizing the workers at almost 17 organizations. Our members are attorneys and legal support staff at dozens of organizations that provide free legal services to the most marginalized New Yorkers. This crisis has, the issues that our members face have only been exacerbated by the current COVID-19 crisis, and our members are here every day to defend New Yorkers against predatory landlords, the criminal justice system that would seek to put them in jail, or any other kind of injustice that they may face. We believe that our membership is a proud, informed, militant membership that will challenge any attempts to stop immigrant and working class New Yorkers from achieving the benefits that they deserve. We are proud to say that in the last year, we have increased our membership and organized them for better benefits, including a historic and heroic strike for 30 days at Campbell Legal Services, a nonprofit in Brooklyn, where our members were on food stamps, they had no paid parental leave, and because of their organizing, because of their fearlessness, because of their strength, their ability to walk off the job and say, this is unfair, we need better for ourselves and for our clients, they were able to win all of those things. And we're going to go back into bargaining with them next year to win even more. So thank you so much, Senator. Thank you to Schneps Media for this award, and it really also belongs to all of those members who have put their lives, their livelihood, their families, their jobs on the line to make sure that themselves and their clients have better representation and a fair workplace. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Michelle Zettergen. Zettergen? Yes, she's the president of Magna Care. She's not a union, but you know what? In the labor movement, we have a lot of partners. We have a lot of friends because it takes a lot to run a union. One of the benefits of being in a union are the benefits. And where would we be without those companies, our partners, who help run our labor union health insurance plans? And particularly in a time where those who would seek to dismantle the very benefit plans that our members fought so hard for and maintain them. It is the type of representation and relationships with groups like Magna Care that make it so important. So we are so happy to be here to present this award to Michelle Zettergen, the president of Magna Care, at the Labor Salute to the 2020 Salute to Labor. Congratulations.
Michelle, ma belle, sont des mots qui vont très bien ensemble, très bien ensemble.
Thank you. My mother used to sing me that song, so thank you very much. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. I want to thank everyone for this honor. I also want to congratulate all of my fellow honorees. It is absolutely humbling to be included with such an esteemed group of individuals who work so hard every day to support the labor movement and the workers that work so hard for us. As the first female president of MagnaCare, I'm so proud to lead an organization that has provided health insurance and services for over 30 years to labor employees and their workers. And we are so happy to support them in everything that they do. We have been on the front lines working with our labor unions through this COVID pandemic in helping to support COVID testing as well as on-site antibody testing and supporting all those essential employees who have continued to provide services for all of us as we've worked through this pandemic. It's an absolute pleasure to be here today. I want to thank everyone for honoring us, and thank you very much.
Continuing on, our next honoree, Nora Higgins, is the Region 12 Coordinator for the Public Employees Federation. They are our state workforce. They represent professionals across the state of New York and every state agency. And if you know anything about how difficult this pandemic has been on the rest of the essential workforce, state workers have been stretched so far you cannot even imagine. They were understaffed to begin with. They were overburdened to begin with. And many of them have had to double up and triple up to cover for other agencies that have been overburdened. Working in agencies like the Department of Labor, having to cover in the State Liquor Authority, having to cover in the Office of Mental Health, having to do double duty over and over, and PEF and their members have risen to the occasion every step of the way. So on behalf of Schneps Media and the Salute to Labor 2020, we just want to say congratulations to PEF and congratulations to Nora Higgins. Come on down.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, and congratulations to everybody who is receiving awards today, and for Schneps for putting this all together for us. I'm a nurse actually at Stony Brook Hospital out on Long Island, and our hospital hit over 500 capacity. We didn't have enough ventilators. We didn't have enough help. We didn't have enough PPE. We just didn't have enough. So like many people have said before, coming up here, we've been fighting for safe staffing, we've been fighting for rights, and now 2020, as predicted by Florence Nightingale, is supposed to be the year of the nurse. And let's hope she's right somewhere. But who knew we had to go through this big struggle first? What I just want to say to my fellow friends in labor is that we have to stop making concessions. Over and over, I've been with Stony Brook for 32 years, and over, we've been making concessions. We are union strong, and we need to start making demands and sticking to the demands that help our members live a good and healthy and safe life. And I thank you again. Have a great day.
Our next honoree is Scott Salmonson. He is a partner at McIntyre, Donahue, Accardi, Salmonson, and Reardon, LLP. They specialize in workers' comp. Now, I've been in the Senate 16 years now. I've been through 3 rounds of workers' comp reform. And usually that means things get worse for workers when workers' comp reform comes along. It is probably the most difficult type of workplace protections. It is the hardest area of law. And if it were not for workers' comp attorneys, I don't know what would happen to working men and women in this state, particularly those that don't have a union. So it is really important that we have attorneys like you and your firm that are out there. And I will tell you, as we move forward post this pandemic, we are going to be rewriting whole new chapters of workers' comp law to make sure that we provide the protections that working men and women need after they have been exposed in the workplace. So congratulations, Scott. Strap in, because it's going to be a rough ride going forward. Come on, congratulations.
Taking care of business every day. Taking care of business every way. I've been taking care of business.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for this wonderful honor. I don't know how I follow an introduction like that. My name is Scott Samuelson. I'm one of the partners at McIntyre Donahue, and yes, that's exactly what we do for a living. We support injured workers by representing them when they get hurt on the job. People often ask me what I really like about my job, and it's helping people through a difficult time in their lives. We are the force behind what gets labor back to work when they get hurt on the job. I think it's, I want to thank SHEPS for having us, for putting this all together, for honoring me today, and supporting labor during a very difficult time, including this pandemic. It's just extraordinary. Labor doesn't get enough credit in and of itself, and it's important that we keep recognizing labor and those that support it. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Maria Curcado. She is the Executive Vice President and longtime political activist in Westchester and the director of 1199 in Mount Sinai. We've talked earlier today about how difficult it has been for our healthcare delivery system and our healthcare workers during this pandemic, and Maria has helped lead the way with her workers up in Mount Sinai, and we want to thank her and congratulate her. She is one of 2020's Labor Leaders of the Year. Thank you.
Maria, Maria, she remind me of a West Side Story.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you to Schneps Media for this honor. I represent healthcare workers in many different facilities, including the Mount Sinai Health System and their affiliates. And I just want to say that 2020 is usually associated with perfect vision. And the year 2020 has given us, thus far, the perfect vision into the meaning of our lives, into the meaning of healthcare, into how to appreciate the real things in life, like our healthcare heroes, like our frontline workers. 2020 has also given us the perfect vision to appreciate and recognize home care workers, right? The invisible people in healthcare. And so I just want to say thank you to all our healthcare heroes, and I want to say thank you to Schneps Media for recognizing healthcare and recognizing labor. Shout out for healthcare, 1199 healthcare heroes that work everywhere in the healthcare system. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Chio Valeria Gonzalez. Chio Valeria Gonzalez came here from Mexico when she was 10 years old. She first went to Detroit, Michigan, and she's found her way to New York City. She is the Deputy Director for Labor Organizing for New York Communities for Change and has spent the past several years helping organize fast food workers and car wash workers at Align, Inc. Congratulations to Chio Valeria Gonzalez.
I just wanted to say thank you to everyone, not just for receiving this award. It is an honor to receive this award, but it is also an honor to work with working families of New York to fight for a more just and equitable city. Thank you.
And our next honoree is Candace Anderson. She is the programs coordinator for the non-traditional employment for women, helping women learn and prepare for and train women in the non-traditional employment and skilled trades, making sure that women have an opportunity to advance in the building trades, because women can build just as well as men do. They sometimes just need a little help and they need some assistance getting there. Congratulations to Candace Anderson.
When I'm
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for bestowing this wonderful honor to me. I feel so privileged to have been included as a rising star, and I'm so thankful to my colleagues at Non-Traditional Employment for Women, NEW, and so thankful for this organization for even considering me for this auspicious occasion and this wonderful award. I really believe that our tradeswomen and our tradespeople who come through our pre-apprenticeship program are changing the landscape of New York City, the Tri-City area, and beyond. For that, I say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Our next honoree is Matthew Carroll, Director of Market Development, Local 1 IUEC. Come on down.
Thank you, everyone. I would just first like to congratulate all the honorees. It's a tremendous honor to be here. Thank you very much. The first man I'd like to speak about is Anthony Williamson. Him and I have been working, organizing campaigns for the past 10 years. This is well-deserved. Congratulations, Anthony. The next person I'd be remiss if I didn't mention is Senator Diane Savino. She's been a champion of workers, unions, and on a personal note, she has helped the residents of New York State pass elevator safety legislation. That's ultimately going to keep us all safe, and of course the workers safe as well. As I stand here before you, I'm in awe to get this award. I wouldn't be here without Local 1, the executive board, the officers, and the staff. I accept this award on behalf of our membership. It's their work that brings me here, their spirit, their judgment, and everything they do right on a daily basis that makes Local 1 what it is today. The next person I am mentioning is our business manager, Lenny Legati. He's a very special person to me. As a young, eager elevator constructor, it was him that took a bet on me. Thank you, Lenny, for that. I'll continue to make you proud. Lastly, and most importantly, my family. I wouldn't be here without their full support, and they've just been behind me every second. So thank you to them, and thank you to everyone. Congratulations to all of our honorees. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Lucia Gomez, Political Director of New York City Central Labor Council.
From here. So I want to thank Schneps Media for the creativity and continuing to host this event and continuing the valuable recognition of so many of our union members, of our heroes during COVID. You know, on behalf of them is the reason why I even decided to accept this award. The reality is that when you work with labor, when you work on behalf of workers, you do it because you love it. You don't do it because, you know, you get the recognition or the honors. And the reality is that sometimes we just need the moment to recognize all those amazing people that we lost, unfortunately, during this year. And at the same time, all those workers that put themselves on the line every single day to ensure that our children get educated, that our, you know, fires are put out, and that, in fact, you know, every single person that gets sick gets taken care of in such a respectful and hardworking manner. So on behalf of all of them, thank you very much. On behalf of the New York City Central Labor Council, we salute labor, not just today, but every single day, that we appreciate everything our workers do for us and keeping New York City thriving. So thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Assemblymember Rodney Spichard. I am also the Democratic Kings County Chair, the largest in the whole entire state of the U.S. And it's really, really an honor to be here today honoring our labor workers, our labor supporters. Thank you so much, Schneps Media, for inviting me today in today's ceremony with Caribbean Life. We are here, everyone, to salute union workers and labor supporters. You are the reason America is one of the greatest economic powers the world have ever known. I know we have some other elected officials here. I saw Assembly Member Tremaine Wright in the house. Let's give it up to her. Now, every year, we recognize people who are making a positive impact on the community, but this year, you deserve special recognition, not only for champion quality of life issues that matter most to working class Americans, but also for your service as essential workers during a state of emergency that left many of us wondering if we would ever see the light of day again. Many of you spent the better part of this year literally saving lives. This heroism is something you have been displaying as a frontline workers for decades. During the Industrial Revolution, many Americans worked 12-hour days, 7 days a week. Despite putting in these long hours, many were barely able to get by. Working conditions were unsafe in many mills, factories, and mines. Children worked in unsafe conditions as a result of few regulations. In response to these conditions, labor unions started organizing strikes and rallies as a form to protest, to compel employers to meet their needs. This movement helped to create opportunity and equality in the workplace, and it still is today. Many of the people that we are honoring today have lost someone close to them to COVID-19. The pandemic has ravaged our communities, our economy, and our country. And as frontline workers, you have kept us alive. You have given us hope, and we thank you for that. With your leadership, labor workers, and labor supporters, we can help America reduce the glaring inequalities that have plagued our society and rebound from the pandemic in the economic engine that is the soul of our nation. So I ask, in conclusion, that you continue to be models for our future generation. Your example will show them that for every adversity and struggle, there is hope and unity. Thank you again, Schneps Media. Thank you, our laborers, our labor workers, our labor supporters. Thank you to all the honorees, and congratulations.
I say y'all having a good time out there.
Folks, we'll be right back in 60 seconds. Now's a good time to visit an expo booth.
Now give it to me, I'ma give it to you, now give it to me,
We do everything we can to provide the best possible neurosurgical services for the people of Long Island.
Most people perceive a visit to a surgeon as they're going to have surgery. We don't think like that. We think of the patient as a whole.
The techniques we use here at NSPC lead to shorter hospital stays, less blood loss, lower chances of a blood transfusion, and faster recovery.
you have multiple surgeons within each specialty to give you a surgical or a non-surgical opinion.
I personally live in this community, and one of the greatest joy that I have is when someone comes up to me and tells me, Dr. Rock, you saved my life.
If you think about how exciting it would be to be a fireman and to climb up a 3-story building and grab some baby in your arms and carry them down to safety, I feel like I get to do that every day.
As co-publisher and CEO of Schneps Media, I would like to thank and congratulate all of our 2020 Salute to Labor honorees. In the midst of this pandemic, you have and continue to do amazing work. This has not been an easy year for any of us, and it's been up to all of you to share your courage and to make a difference to help our fellow New Yorkers. I hope that our viewers have been inspired as they watched you accepting your awards, and to know that you too can make a difference. A special thanks to our presenting partner, NSPC. Thank you all for watching and cheering on our honorees, and I look forward to seeing you again at our upcoming event. Good night, and God bless.
No sin. How deep is your love? Is it like the ocean? What devotion are you? How deep is your love? Is it like Nirvana? Hit me harder again. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? How deep is your love? Bring it back, sing it back, bring it back, sing it back to me. Bring it back, sing it back, bring it back, sing it back to me. Bring it back, sing it back, bring it back, sing it back to me. Bring it back, sing it back, bring it back, sing it back to me.
AM New York Metro, powered by Schneps Media, presents Healthcare Heroes. We are paying tribute to those frontline workers who give so much to keep us all healthy and safe. We'll celebrate their strength and courage and recognize their tireless efforts in saving lives, not just during the public health crisis, but every day. This is the ultimate networking event, honoring those heroes who don't wear capes. This groundbreaking gala is ushering in a new era of networking and relationship building.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our event for this evening. The replay will be available shortly. Thank you for joining us.